This podcast was recorded on October 2nd, 2021. Wherever you're listening now, as of this recording, you can also get this podcast on YouTube and SoundCloud. Hello, God. I didn't open the thing. Where did I go?
You dipshit.
I don't remember what we say at the beginning here. So, hello. This is Otaku Outlet.
Welcome to Otaku Outlet. Welcome all of our geeks, nerds, and everything in between to the Nerd Podcast. I didn't do it correctly today because Monty was going.
Yep. I was just going.
So do you want to go first about what?
Yeah, we died last week. That's what happened. We suffered terrible deaths, and we were stuck in hell for, what was it, 3 days, I think? So somewhere around there. We were stuck in hell for about 3 days, and then somehow we got out, and now we're here.
Okay. Well, for last week, which I'm guessing we didn't have a podcast, even though I told you to get Eli in here. Mm-hmm. I had again, I don't live at home currently, for all of you. I'm in a college dorm. I had an emergency with a friend who, her roommates had to go out and go to work on campus. They had their shifts. Mm-hmm. But because of how poor she was feeling, she needed someone to watch her. So I was the only one that was like, I can get out of this, even though I shouldn't, because she needed it.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I wasn't on the podcast last week, even though there should have been one last week.
Well, listen, here's what happened. Eli said, I'm going to go take a shower and let out my dog. And then that was at 11:30. 12:30 rolls around and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get Stella inside. She's being a bitch. And I'm just like, you haven't gotten a shower yet? And he goes, no, I've been trying to get the dog. And I'm just like, please hurry. I need you to have OBS and I need you to be recording. And then this. And it's 12:55 and I haven't heard from him. And I say, all right, fuck this. I'm turning everything off and I'm just going to go outside. I took an axe that I had in the garage and I just started wailing on some old wood that we just had lying around after we tore a shed down. And I felt better after that, I'll be honest.
This is why I say we need to get you a punching thing.
Right.
Like a boxing bag or one of the fake people.
I need a punching bag. I need the thing that Captain America split in half in the first Avengers movie.
You and the goddamn Avengers.
But it's so easy to reference. There's like 8,000 movies.
Yeah, they are easy to reference. They really are. I'm not going to say they aren't. You know what's not easy to reference and what I tried to find yesterday at a comic book store and can't?
Comic books.
No.
It's like a grocery store that doesn't sell groceries.
Kind of. Okay.
You went to a comic store that actually didn't sell comic books?
They sold comic books, they just didn't have the one I was looking for.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's understandable.
So I found this out yesterday. So for kind of like an understanding of why I'm looking for this, when I was younger, my dad's favorite comic book series was Spawn. For some reason, and I'm still not entirely sure how, the first issue, the first volume of the comic was left around the house, and I was 2 years old and kind of ripped the pages out.
You monster.
Yeah.
You're
I didn't mean to.
You're a little
terror. I don't even remember doing it. In all honesty, I probably was trying to read it and didn't understand how. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the first issue, first volume, because we have the rest. We have everybody else. We just need that one.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
for some reason.
Um, and I found this out when I was talking to the guy at the comic book store. They don't sell the first issue by itself anymore.
Mm.
If you want to buy it, you either have to get like a deluxe set, which is 1 through 50, which I don't need.
Then sell 2 through 50.
Or you can get like I think it's 1 through 5, and that's not too bad, but it's just like what the.
Do you need the first? How
like,
badly do you need the first one? Do you get 4 extra copies of something you, dude?
I know, but it's just one of those things where it's like what.
That's like
this isn't like the first issue of Spider-Man. What the hell?
Like I have. Which one is it? One of my Marvel movies that I have, and I don't have all of them, I'm working on it, is Blu-ray instead of DVD, which doesn't fit on the rack that I have because the rack I have is specifically the DVD size. Blu-ray is like a little smaller. So it dips and it like slides out every now and then. If I wanted to get every single Marvel movie's DVD and I had to replace all of the ones I currently have, I'd get all of them because then they'd all match.
So I'm reading the chat right now, and my mom's in it questioning why we need the Spawn issue, and I'm like, Mom,
why
the
not?
first one's missing pages. The one we have is missing pages.
Or how about this? Why not need it? Like, I didn't need to get my mug signed by Christopher Sabat and have him write "drink this" on the side and then draw All Might. But I have it now.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's just like my fairy tale bag that has the signatures of the cast. I didn't need to have Todd sign on Gray and then have Gray sign on Natsu and cause a fight on my bag. But I did.
I don't understand that, but I still found it funny. I feel like
that's give you some context if you like.
I feel like that would be the equivalent of getting like, I don't know, Avengers are still on my mind. That'd be the equivalent of getting Chris Evans to write over Robert Downey Jr.'s face, so RDJ writes over Chris Evans' face.
Think of it more, it'd be more like getting Robert Downey Jr. to write over Benedict Cumberbatch for Doctor Strange. No, that's not Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, that is.
Doctor Strange's actor writing over Doctor Strange, and
no, you were right.
Doctor Strange writing over Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, but they both write to whoever wants this signed from Sherlock, because they were both Sherlock. I think that was. There was like a behind the scenes or something I saw once where. They're like on the Q ship in not Endgame, in Infinity War, and they're like one of them calls the other Sherlock, and then a couple lines later they flip it so the first one calls the second one Sherlock.
I
feel like I've seen that.
I don't remember.
If that hadn't, someone had to have thought
I
of that at some
don't remember Infinity War.
Yeah, because you didn't watch it. We've been over this 8,000 times. We don't need to rehash it. So.
Okay.
Listen, we've talked about it before.
We have. But what I'm going to say this, I have watched it now. I don't remember anything except for the final battle at the end.
On Titan or in Wakanda?
Wakanda.
Okay.
Don't remember jack shit.
Fair enough.
So you can't get mad at me anymore about not watching Infinity War.
I mean, you did watch it, you just forgot it.
Yeah.
You're not of the mindset of, it's just a fan fiction, suck it up. You're of the mindset of, oh, this is all wrong. They did it wrong. It's bad. And then people like me are just like, dude, it's a test. Dude, just get the fuck over it.
Oh, I see. I don't think the movies are bad. The movies are entertaining.
I'm exaggerating.
Meh.
This isn't Otaku Outlet. This is Monty complains about Sid's opinion on the MCU.
Which, in all honesty, I don't have an opinion on the MCU. I'm more of an X-Men fan than an Avengers, so I'm just.
And look at what Fox did to them.
Yeah, they're shit movies, but they're
they
fucking
suck.
funny.
You know, actually, hang on. Scientifically speaking, the most accurate X-Men movie is X2. Or not X2, the Wolverine one. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Because they got it right. They shot him in the head with adamantium bullets, which pierced his adamantium skull and hit his brain, and that lost his memory. That's why he doesn't remember things.
That part is correct. Other things within that movie are not. I.e., do we need to bring up the fact that they shut up the merc with the mouth?
That's a canon thing. That's not a scientific thing. Scientifically, that was the most accurate movie.
Scientifically, yes, that is the most accurate movie,
Yes.
including how they get the adamantium to be grafted onto Wolverine's skeleton.
Yes. What it doesn't explain, this is a thing I've always had a concern about. When Wolverine just had the regular bone claws.
Yes.
Like, that weren't metal.
Yes.
They weren't cutty. They were just spikes. Did they ever explain? Yeah, they were stabby. They weren't slicey. They weren't shaped like swords. They were just like spikes. Did they ever explain why, when they replaced his bones with adamantium, they became swords instead of just metal spikes?
Okay. Well, first things first, they didn't replace his bones with adamantium. They grafted the adamantium to his skeleton. And the reason they came into that like curved blade shape is because of because his claws rest within the two bones here in your arm. So the bones themselves are actually shaped like that in his skin. So when they graft the adamantium to it, it just filled in the gaps that were more just like ridges to make that like claw shape.
Okay. I guess they did explain
that. You can kind of see it in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Not
Fair enough.
fully, but yeah.
Fair enough. I will admit, I didn't watch that movie. Anyway, so that movie
is so fucking bad. It is so bad.
That's terrible. He jumps off of a car to grab onto a helicopter in the same valley that they filmed Lord of the Rings in.
No.
Nope. That's 100% true.
Is it?
Yes. I think it was New Zealand. I don't remember where, but it was the same place that they did Lord of the Rings. That's actually where a lot of movies...
The only thing that I know so many fans that have watched the movies and didn't read the comics don't know this is Sabretooth and Wolverine are not actually brothers.
No. They're like Loki and Odin. They're blood brothers.
No, not even.
That was sarcasm.
I was going to say, if I remember correctly from the comic, Sabretooth and Wolverine have a very deep hatred towards each other.
Yeah.
Almost to the point of Cyclops and Wolverine's hatred of each other.
Yeah.
Which also, I will always hate Jean Grey. Nothing can ever change my mind on that. So.
Yep. They spelled her name wrong. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and advertise our own thing that we started, was it yesterday? Yeah, today's the 2nd. Hashtag SpoopyFest, the first of to be many. Every single day this month, something will come out Halloween related, whether it's a podcast like this. This isn't a spooky podcast, but I'm wearing the Ghostbuster thing, you're wearing the Joker thing. Stuff's coming out, everything at the very end of the month, and I'm gonna say this every podcast. October 31st at 6 p.m. Central is a live rave hosted by me. If you're listening to this and you want to see that, it's all Halloween songs. Come and watch it. It's gonna be fucking amazing. There's also like gaming streams and TikToks and YouTube videos and all sorts of other shit. Anyway, after that plug.
Yes, after that plug. Since away from like Marvel and all of that, in freaking, well, I guess in horror news, there's a new Halloween coming out that I'm excited for.
Yes, 15th?
October 15th, there's a new Halloween movie. Another one to add to the line. I can't even say trilogy, just the fucking
The
line of sequels, and I'm
series.
excited.
Yeah. Jonathan, who we may or may not have had on here or mentioned before, absolutely dying to see this movie.
I
What's
can't
it
wait.
called?
Me and
No, Halloween Kills. That's what this one
mm,
is, isn't it? I
I
think.
think I'm not sure. I just know that it's the entire family, like Laurie's daughter, and then Laurie's daughter's daughter. So like
Right.
freaking Michael's Michael's sister, his niece, and his great niece are all trying to kill him, and
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Okay. Halloween Kills is what it is, by the way. He
Okay.
also, Jonathan, went to I don't remember the name of it, but he went to a horror convention, spent like upwards of $1,000 on merch and getting things signed and t-shirts and stuff. He met like most of the cast, got pictures with them, got I think a version of every mask from every movie, and had his own custom thing that he wore. He won a costume competition. If I had pictures, I would show them, but I don't have any.
My, that's just cool.
Yeah,
Um,
he's got
in
like a
other
one a day.
fun, like in other fun silliness for spooky.
Hmm.
So we have an actual haunted trail that was going to come. That like my school does a bunch of like fun activities. My
Yeah,
college, we're gonna have our actual haunted trail, which is basically a haunted corn maze, is October 29th.
cool.
But after finals, we had an autumn festival just for fun. But it had an inflatable corn maze that was really easy to get through and like solve and all this.
Inflatable corn maze. How big? It had to be like 10 feet long.
No, it was tiny.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But there was one spot in it that it's a dead end, but me and my friend were screwing with the rest of our friends, so we sat there to scare them. And
Hmm.
like the rest of our friends came and joined, and there was this group of fellow college kids, high as shit, playing hide and seek in the corn maze. One of my friends, starts doing the high pitched, like little girl, like screaming and giggling from horror movies.
Oh
And
my
I'm playing
god.
the Halloween theme song as loudly as I can on my
Oh my god.
phone. We scared the ever living fuck out of people.
I love that. I would have loved to have seen that.
It was so much fun because we kept getting this one guy who was high as shit. He just kept doing it. There was one time though where we both felt kind of bad. Is apparently one of our professors brought his kids
Oh
into the corn
no.
maze.
Oh no.
So they just turn the corner and we see this dad with four kids, and we're just
Oh
because the kids
no.
are staring at us with these like big scared eyes, and we're just like, oh god.
It's just pure fear.
It
Oh my
was
god.
both fun and just oh god.
Oh, that's
Oh,
um I swear there were more spooky things coming out. Oh, uh two games that I have in mind. Deltarune Chapter 2 came out. That was
yes,
a
it did.
little
I have
while
not
ago.
seen anything of it yet.
I've just started playing it. I have fallen it's so good. It's so good. It's free, by the way. Go fucking
Mm.
play it. Gamer hashtag gamer girl. um fuck, what was the other one?
I may
Uh
stream it on Twitch or something when I have time, like on this Twitch.
we could. No, we'll figure that out later. What was the other one? Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, which
Yes.
hasn't come out yet as of today, October
Doki
2nd.
Doki Literature Club Plus has already been out. I played it with my friends over the summer.
I guaranteed Plus has not come out.
I swear to you, I've played it
Oh
with
wait,
my
maybe it's
friends
the one.
already.
Maybe it's for the Switch is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay, yeah. The
Initial
one
release
for
date
the Switch
September.
hasn't come out yet. But Plus already exists for every other
Right.
platform.
Okay. So that was part of the problem. I wanted to play it on the Switch because I have
Ah.
like I only have 3 Switch games. I have, well, no, not even 3 anymore because I gave away my Animal Crossing because I don't play it. I have Smash and I have um
Pokemon.
I don't even remember
The
the other one.
Pokemans.
Pokemon. I have Smash and Pokemon. I just got Luigi's Mansion, and I was like, okay, I was at GameStop. I was like, hey, they have uh, DDLC on the shelf. I'll get it, and then I can go and I can play it on the thing.
Mhm.
And the problem was they were like, hey, this game's not out yet. And I went, oh shit. Well, I guess I'm just getting this one.
Hey, sorry to interrupt the show, but if you want to get this, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and just kind of hear it, go support our Patreon. It's only $1. More in the link below.
So I now have to wait until I think October 8th.
I will say this, plus, like DDLC Plus. God, do things get meta? God, do things get meta?
Is it scarier?
Depends on what you find scary. It's definitely more existential.
Okay, that's what I was trying to emphasize. Yeah.
Because things get meta. Things get meta.
Dude.
I would spoil things, but since you haven't played it yet, I don't want to.
Correct. And thank you for that.
Other like games that haven't come out yet, but I'm excited to see come out. They're doing a revamp of Diablo 2, and I'm so fucking excited.
Ooh, that sounds good. Oh wait, I think I saw that.
Like, I love the Diablo games, so the fact that they're revamping Diablo, like they're remastering Diablo 2 looks like so much fucking fun.
It looks great. I had an old Diablo character. I probably still have it on that Xbox somewhere, some hard drive somewhere.
I have on my on the PlayStation that was stolen, sadly.
Yeah.
I have. Luckily, we had the disc, so my character's still saved because we still have the game. I have a very broken witch doctor from Diablo 3.
Oof.
And I say broken because I've looked, because any gamer knows you can look up on YouTube like how to like do certain attributes within like Diablo to make certain plays for the game, right? The witch doctor does have a thing where you can create a miniature army to attack for you. Every time I've seen someone on like YouTube try to make like, here's a tutorial on how you can do this with your witch doctor, they don't have the level of insanity that I do.
Oh.
To the point where when I was playing multiplayer with my friends online, they kept attacking my minions thinking they were mobs. Literally, the entire screen was filled with my little creatures.
I was going to say I thought mine was broken because I called it Thor Got a Hammer and I was able to summon like 19 hammers at once. I killed the Skeleton King in less than 10 seconds. It was
Monty?
not okay.
Monty, my witch doctor. But let's put it this way: this is the non-passive skills. These are the ones where I have to actually use mana to summon them for the first time. I have a giant Sullivan Grundy-like monster that attacks things for me, and 2 zombie dogs that also attack things for me. Now, the reason why this becomes a nightmare for people is I have a passive skill on my witch doctor stating anything I kill or the things I summon kill get revived and added to my own army to fight things.
Oh no. That's the closest thing. That's unbeatable. I just want to clarify that.
Literal army, and I loved them.
I'll take one step down from that. In my first D&D campaign that I tried to DM, how do I describe this? I wanted to create like I wanted to do everything homebrew because I didn't want to read any of the books. I didn't care. I wanted to make like a halfling sort of race, but I took the name too literally. I wanted to be like, oh, it's like you're like a mixed race, so you could be any 2 races and you get like half of the attributes. And someone took that. I won't name names, Jesse, but someone took the giant, said you're able to wield 2-handed weapons with one hand, and they took the dwarf and said you're able to do double damage with warhammers. With warhammers, being two-handed weapons, that means Jesse, or Debus at this point, was able to do quadruple damage. And when you find the secret lever in the cave, because I was like, it sounds like there's a secret lever nearby, and you find the golden warhammer that does 86 damage. We got to the town, we found the dragon that I had set up, and Jesse went, I jump into the air, scream Debus, and smash my warhammers down. And he rolled a nat 20 and killed it instantly and destroyed all the nearby houses. And he got up from the wreckage and just screamed Debus. And I had to put an end to that monstrosity, so I the only way I could do that was ending the campaign. It was fucking nuts. That's all I could say.
Yeah, okay. Because I wanted to look up what the actual thing was that I had done. Mm-hmm. So, first off, I may love Blizzard, I may love Diablo, but some of these, like, because these are not the passive skills, these are the active skills. Mm-hmm. Summon also, zombie dogs.
To clarify real
Literally,
quick.
it summons 3 dogs that deals up to 120% of damage.
Can I clarify real quick? We don't support the actions that the people in like Activision Blizzard. We don't just support those. That's some fucked up shit, man.
I don't even know what's going on, in all honesty.
It was a bunch of like college people and like sexual harassment and shit.
Oh, no, fuck that.
It's all garbage. Like, no one supports it at all. So, like I already said, the only thing they had going for me was Overwatch, and I don't play it anymore anyway, so. Oof.
I also had, because you can have, if I remember correctly, I think 4 passive, or not passive, but aggressive spells outside of the actual spells you use to attack yourself.
In Diablo 3?
Yeah. I don't remember fully. But there's also this one called Sacrifice, where you can, because they are zombie dogs, you can actually have the 3 dogs blow up on the enemy and then re-summon them.
What? Pardon?
Yeah, it's called Sacrifice. Banish one of your active zombie dogs, causing it to explode, dealing 1,090% of damage to all enemies within 12 yards.
Stop it. Get some help.
Never!
Diablo, stop it. Get some help.
Yes, and then there's Gargantuan that I also had, which is summon a Gargantuan zombie to fight for you. Gargantuan attacks with 450% physical damage.
What the fuck? Meanwhile, I'm over here in Skyrim on Legendary mode, and I'm like, how do I beat this thing without dying in 2 hits?
Yes, impossible. This is the fun one that I loved a lot. So you can choose between 2 different stats here, but I was smart because witch doctors in Diablo are squishy characters. They're long distance. They're long range. They stay back for a reason. Mm-hmm. But you unlock these 2 at the same time. There's Wall of Death and Fetish Army. Fetish Army is an army of 5 dagger-wielding fetishes that fight by your side for 20 seconds. But Wall of Death is you raise a wall of zombies for 28 yards all around you.
Fetish Army?
That's what it says.
Okay, spell it?
Fetish.
Okay, what the... Blizzard?
I don't question Blizzard. Mind you, these are, again, the non-passive traits. Because you can have as many passive traits as you want on a character.
Right.
And Wall of Death doesn't ever, it doesn't have a timer. It only ever, ends when it crumbles. So you have
Okay.
28 yards of a wall of zombies that attacks enemies for 1,200% damage.
This
That
game
doesn't
is
disappear until the entire wall is defeated.
that game is overpowered. Also, someone across my street just decided I'm just gonna start whacking a metal pipe for no reason.
Yes, here's the fun thing about this.
Are you? Oh
Here's
no, you're
where
not done.
I start screwing with people and screwing with my set is you can, again, with Diablo 3, you can add as many passive traits as you want on a character.
Right.
The first passive trait I ever added was Jungle Fortitude. Reduce all damage taken by you and your pets by 15%.
Okay. Fair enough.
Circle of Life was one of them, which is when an enemy dies within 20 yards, there's a 15% chance that a zombie dog will automatically emerge. So I always had more than 3 zombie dogs on me at all times.
Okay.
What is it?
This is just way too overpowered.
Zombie Handler, your life and that of the zombie dogs and gargantuan is increased by 20%. Additionally, you may have 1 additional zombie dog summon at one time. I have more dogs.
Huh?
And here's where it screws with people. I have this, which is Fetish Sycophants, which is when you hit enemies with your spells, which include gargantuan and the zombie dogs.
Right.
You have an up to 15% chance of summoning a dagger-wielding fetish to fight at your side. But, again, because in Diablo it's an open-world game and there's a lot of mobs...
I would love to summon a fetish.
There's also... yes, this one actually saved me a few times. Which is... And again, these are the passive traits. Meaning I don't have to use mana or anything to activate them.
What the fuck?
Fierce Loyalty. Your gargantuan, zombie dog, and fetish summons. Your movement speed is increased by 15%. And I also get another zombie dog.
See, when you said army, I thought you meant like... No, you meant army. You meant like army. Like, how the fuck...
Oh, and then there were these
too much.
last 2 ones that I added, which you only get when you get like max level in the game, but it's fine. Swampland Attunement. You and your pets gain 120 physical, poison, fire, and cold resistance. And then Midnight Feast. The damage your zombie dogs and gargantuan is increased by 50%, and I get another dog. Hence why I said when I looked at online to see like because they call it Witch Doctor like pet.
Right.
The pet pack or like no one did it right.
You need to be stopped. You like nothing can be done to stop you, and you need to be stopped. It's
I'm mean and I love it.
It is unholy what you have become. It is terrible. The only holes, the only amount of holy is the literal holes in your zombie dogs.
Yep.
It makes.
And my little fetish things that have knives.
Yeah. It's weird that the asexual gets all the fetishes. So...
Yeah, but also I have a literal army.
Yeah, of fetishes. You have an army of fetishes and you're ace.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm over
There's
here.
also the fact of, I love when you get the summon zombie dogs. Because you get the zombie dogs, like, level 5. Once you start, like, leveling up, you get the more passive traits. So you get more additional dogs. You start at 3 and you end at, like, 20.
Do I just need to start playing as Witch Doctor? Is that the problem? I think that's...
No, because if anything, I feel like you as a monk would probably be better to counteract the chaos
Oh
than
yeah,
I
yeah,
am.
yeah. I did do monk last time. I had the bell. I had the bell that you kick. the kicking bell, as I called it.
There's also the fact of one of the reasons why I had an army, and my mom can verify this for you if she's still in chat. One of the reasons why I purposely made it so that I had an army is I, at a very young age, from my dad, got taught if something is shiny, aka loot, grab it. Doesn't matter if you're in a battle, go loot.
Yeah. You always
So
loot.
I'm a loot whore. So my having an army means they can do the battle for me while I go and grab all the shiny shit.
Yeah.
Only problem with that is Diablo especially Diablo 3, has soul-bound armor that can only be used by the person that picked it up. But because Diablo also has armor classes that can only be used by certain characters, I once picked up soul-bound armor that was only for a Crusader that I was trying to give to my brother. But I couldn't because it was bound to my character and she can't use it.
Oops.
Yeah. I like looting. It's fun. I go through loot goblins all the time.
Oh, yeah. Fucking loot goblins. Don't even get me started. Every time we heard the laugh, everyone would stop and go, "Where is it? Where's the goblin?" And we would run through the whole dungeon looking for it. And we'd be like, "I found it! Come and help me kill this thing!" And never once have we let a loot goblin get away. It's been amazing.
So, for all of the people that are watching us, would you like to see a Diablo 3 stream where we start from the beginning so you can see the insanity that is my character?
You know what? I'm calling it right here. As soon as we start doing games, Diablo 3 is the first one.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
We'll simultaneously Diablo 3 and Mario Kart, because I have 5 characters that I need left to get in Mario Kart.
I suck at Mario Kart, so I will gladly try and help.
Well, here's the thing. We don't need to do 2-player, because we just don't need to. But most of the thing that I have to do anyway is on single player. So it could just be like a Game Grumps thing, where I play the game and try and commentate while I'm... and you're telling jokes the whole time.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
It'll be fun.
That'll work for Mario Kart. But yeah, Diablo 3 is going to be fun because it doesn't even have to be online multiplayer. Within Diablo 3, you can actually play as up to 4 people.
Yeah. And it's not even split screen either. The thing will like, hey, you're too far apart. Hey, you're too far apart.
Yep.
Go back together.
Yep.
It's great. Speaking of Game Grumps, if I may,
go for it.
Something that you won't care about. NSP is releasing a new album called Level Up, which, as far as I know, and I might be wrong here, but there are no new songs. It's all old songs that have been like remastered, like from their first 3 albums where they didn't have Twerp as their backup band. It's some of their favorites like Attitude City and 6969 and all those other good ones. They have Twerp do they level up their old songs to the quality that they've always wanted them to be at. And I don't know when it's coming out, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. Actually, I could look this up. NSP Level Up album release date is coming out. That's not right. Dragon Slayer. Oh man, we're gonna get an ultimate Dragon Slayer version of this. That's gonna be awesome. I know you don't care, but still, NSP fans.
I mean, I'm
rise
glad
up.
you're excited.
Yes. I can finally play you Dragon Slayer the way it was meant to be listened to. Where the fuck would I look this up?
So I went to look at Diablo 2 classes to see if they had changed anything in Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Yeah.
So Monty, would you like to play with a necromancer, a sorcerer, or a druid?
Necromancer, sorcerer, or druid. Necromancer. because can I explain why the
Sure.
reason behind my reason? My reason is there was a D&D story I heard where, or not a story, just a hypothetical, that necromancers aren't real doctors. So if their party member is like dying, they go, wait, hang on, just go ahead and die real quick, and then I can help you. Because they just bring them back to life instead of healing them. So,
Not sure if you're listening to this or watching, but did you know that we have this live on Saturdays at 12 Central Time? If so, why don't you come and watch us live and join in on the conversation? We twitch.tv/Stargazer Studios.
that's why I chose Necromancer. I will also say I have no idea about the release date for Level Up, but hopefully soon. I think, if I had to guess, probably sometime this month or next. What else happened this week?
Do not know. But yeah, I'm just excited. Ooh, apparently the resurrected Diablo 2 has finally been released.
Resurrected. Oh, the remaster.
Yep,
Nice.
they call it resurrected.
I like that. Very on theme, on brand for them. Let's look it up. What month is it? October?
I think so.
Whatever, 2020 World Expo in Dubai. Apparently that's happening. Canada, Iceland, Germany, Russia, they're all having elections. Or had elections. Or who cares? I'm just looking through like regular news now. Games released this week. We need Awu again.
Mm-hmm.
That'll help us out.
I will definitely state this. I want to play Diablo 3 first, just because Diablo 3 is fucking fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
But
we'll do Diablo 3.
If we play Resurrected, be forewarned, because they don't, like, there's nothing up stating what what active traits and passive traits each class have yet. So be forewarned. Every time we level up, I'm going to read through what I've been given,
Okay.
and you're gonna watch me create probably another army, but this time an army of skeletons, because I'm a necromancer.
Okay. Ooh, Super Monkey Ball either just came out or is coming out. What's it? Banana Mania, or as I call it, Banana Mania. Ooh, this is a cool one. In Sound Mind. Okay, this already came out. Just came out. I think the music for this game was done by the Living Tombstone.
Nice.
Yeah, they had. Where is it? Release date. Oh, I'm just kidding. That came out a while ago. Sorry, or no, it came out on Xbox. That's what it was. FIFA, Sable, Bus Simulator. That was back in September. Yeah, I can't find much. Shang-Chi. When did Shang-Chi come out? That was like
like a month ago, I think, at this point.
Yeah, that was probably a month ago. Free Guy came out. They're making a second. Okay. I am almost certain you know the Addams Family.
Yes, second movie.
And I'm sure you know about like the Addams Family movie with
Yes, they're coming out with a second movie.
I wasn't talking about the animated one, but yes, they're
Oh.
coming out with a second Addams Family, the animated movie. Which,
Yep.
why? Like, I get it. Kids. Oh, Addams Family. Oh, adults will enjoy this somewhat too, but they hate it because it's a kid's movie and it's stupid and I don't...
You'd be surprised. I actually grew up watching The Addams Family, and my parents enjoyed it. And
This
so did
this
I.
animated movie?
No. I grew up with the original black and white.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I really hate the style of this.
Well, the animation is based off the comic strip that the Addams Family is originally from. Yes,
I am
the Addams
learning
Family
something
started
new.
off as a comic,
I am about
then
to
got
learn
translated to
something new.
TV, and then got translated back into animation.
Okay, then. I can see it now. I now see the... God, when would that have started coming out? Addams Family, cartoon
The
is
Addams Family comic?
1938.
Oh, God, a long time ago.
1938. Charles Adams.
Yep.
Damn.
Fun fact for you, did you know that Wednesday's pigtails are actually braided noose?
Noose.
Her
Oh,
hair's
wait.
long enough that she has it braided and into a noose.
Hold on. In the film? Or the live action film, I mean? Or what?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm looking at...
It's in the original comic drawing and in the animated. I don't remember if it's actually in either of the live action series.
In the new animated movies, it is tied in a noose.
Yes.
Which
The
is
only
funny.
thing that they don't show in the animated series that got to me the most is she doesn't have Marie Antoinette. She used to walk around with a doll all the time who doesn't have a head. For that exact reason.
Hmm. Cool.
I mean, they got Pugsley's Love of Explosions done correctly, though.
All right. Also, the one thing, like the, I'll say okay, all right on the animation, on the style. Like everyone looks weird and different because it's based on the comic from 1938.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a little gross to me because, like you, I'm used to the live action version, the black and white version, and the one with, God, I don't remember her name, but the ones they did with movies where Gavin from Achievement Hunter was talking about his name's fucking Pubert.
Yeah, Addams Family Values.
I'm used to them looking like humans,
Addams
but
Family Values, yeah.
Lurch in the animated one
Yes.
looks pretty good. It looks pretty
Okay.
fucking good. And they got the pigtails tied as nooses, which is also nice. Also, Dear Evan Hansen movie. You know musicals, right?
I do. I know the Dear Evan Hansen musical.
So, the Dear Evan Hansen movie, they are cutting Anybody Have a Map, Disappear, To Break in a Glove, and one more, but I can't remember which one. There's also no Connor's Ghost in the movie. And
So they're trying to make Evan look like a decent person,
yes,
and
they
that's
are.
not the point.
Correct.
He's a
Right? That's the thing. That's the fucking point.
The entire point is that Evan isn't a good person.
I will also say, Eli had me listen to because the day I went over to his house at some point a week ago or something. The day he had me come over was the day that the movie came out, and
Okay.
he had me listening to the movie version of the I don't remember the name of the song, but it's the one where they're writing the emails.
Sincerely me.
Sincerely me. Near the end where they go, the only no, not that part. Our friendship goes beyond your average kind of bond, but not
But not
because we're
because
gay.
we're gay.
No, not
No,
because
not because we're
anyway.
gay.
They cut at the second gay and go straight to anyway. They cut out like most of the joke and
But the joke is not because we're gay. The only man that I love is my dad.
Right.
So anyway,
They cut that part out and they just skip straight to anyway because they don't say gay twice. Okay, sure, why not? Just cut out the other half of the songs. Go ahead and rename it. Sincerely, go fuck yourself.
What the hell?
I mean, it's not like they should have learned their lesson from Cats,
Ugh.
right?
Cats the
Cats-
musical isn't even that good. I didn't expect the movie to be better, but I didn't expect it to be worse.
Cats the musical was weird. It wasn't like a cult classic. It wasn't anything extremely spectacular, as far as I know, at least. And then they were like, hey, let's make a movie about this. And then everyone was like, this is gross, I hate it. And then they said, what if we did more musical movies about more popular musicals? And they were like, please don't. And then they went, hey, let's tear apart Dear Evan Hansen.
You know what they should have done and they could have done? The same thing Disney Plus did with Hamilton. They just fucking recorded the fucking play.
Right! That would have made sense! It's like, I'm a bit biased because, I was in one musical, and that was Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I have to say the full thing every time. It's Principal at this point. I was
in Hamilton, so
yes, they had an old version of Joseph that they did on film, but it's great because it's meant to be a little bit weird, but it's not too weird that it's bad like Cats. Joseph is really fucking good, and then they made that movie, and that was just. It was basically they did it on a stage and they all did it in like one take and they just had different cameras from different, like to cut to different things or something, I guess. But it was fine. They didn't make a movie about the Old Testament where Joseph gets sold into slavery and like put under the under the secondary of the Pharaoh, and then Pharaoh does like a whole Elvis number. It's a long story. Go watch Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat if you haven't. It's great.
And again, with like Hamilton, it's not fully historical, but it is historically accurate for the most part.
It's enough for you to go, I get it, but it leaves out enough for you to go, oh, what's gonna happen? And it's original enough to keep
in all
interest.
honesty, what the movie Dear Evan Hansen did would be like if you took Hamilton. Okay? Because we've both seen what Disney Plus did where they literally just
recorded the thing.
Get rid of the first song in Hamilton, which explains Hamilton.
Bastard Orphan?
Yes.
Okay. That's not the name of it, but...
That's not, but we're not going there.
We're not going down that rabbit hole.
Get rid of the Battle of Monmouth.
Which is...
Fuck.
You were in it. You should be able to just sing it, dude.
No, I'm going through it, actually.
Oh, wait.
It's the fucking Charles Lee.
Huh?
There's, it's basically it's basically the song right before the first time the 10 Dual Commandments is sung. It's a major thing, but basically Hamilton has a problem with a general that George Washington has appointed.
Okay. I don't know.
And then
Hamilton
he gets
enough,
shot in
but
the mouth by John Lawrence, but whatever.
In the mouth?
Yeah, in the mouth. No,
like...
wait. No, that's a line. I think he gets shot in the side. I don't fucking remember.
Whatever.
But and the line from Hamilton is when George Washington finds him is, "You're right, John should have shot him in the mouth. That would have shut him up."
Or just give him 2 new holes to talk out of.
Yeah. It would have been taking out, like, from everything you stated and, like, changing certain lines.
Right.
It'd be like in the beginning, Aaron Burr song, where Hamilton meets the rest of his friends. Hercules Mulligan, Lafayette, John Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like the joke line that they took out of Sincerely Me. It would be taking out the joke line that Hamilton says to Lawrence of, and I like you a lot. It'd be getting rid of that line, and it's like,
right. This
not the point.
You're just picking it apart now. There's no fucking.
Yeah.
It'd be the equivalent. I'm gonna try and translate this to movies because I understand movies more for like movie people.
It'd be the equivalent of taking out Robert Downey Jr.'s quick whip of billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Okay, Ruby. Volume
Okay.
7? Whichever volume Clover's in. It'd be the equivalent of cutting out all scenes where Crow and Clover are in the same scene, except for the final fight at the very end of Volume 7. Then you go, wait, they have like a friendship, and now one's dead and they're angry. What the fuck? There was no relationship before that we've seen. Why did this happen just now?
Basically, yeah.
And also, they're framing it to make Tyrion seem like the good guy for killing Clover. Oh no! Spoiler! It's been out for, what, 3 years?
I don't know. I haven't watched 8 yet, so.
That wasn't 8. That was 7.
I know it wasn't 8. It was 7. But I'm just stating.
Volume 7 came out. When did it come out? Someone answer me. November of 2019, wrapped up in January of 2020. So that was like a year and a half or something like that. I don't know. It was some time ago.
Want to wrap this up, though?
Yeah, I think
Because trust me when I say the two of us can go on and on about musicals.
Yeah, it's about time to wrap up anyway. Oh, wait, I have a closer that I wrote down. So,
Cool.
yeah, if we're wrapping up, thank you all for watching. You can see us live on Twitch Saturdays at 12 Central. We're also on YouTube and SoundCloud. Everything is under Stargazer Studios. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.
Bye.